Why are y'all worried about
Yeah, like
that?
what are you doing that you're like worried you're gonna get fired? Hi guys. So today we want to talk about something because we've been seeing it on all these forums and we were like a little confused like why we were seeing those questions so much, so we thought we would address it. And I mean, can you get fired from EPIK? Honestly, like large perspective, it's hard for people to not get renewed.
Yeah.
So to get fired would be fairly difficult.
It would be a shock.
It would just be very, very unlikely. But nonetheless, if you are very concerned, we will tell you how and some of the reasons that you can get fired from your EPIK job.
Mm-hmm.
So, number one.
Okay, first, so if you do something illegal, which, you know,
breaking the law,
it's pretty obvious.
Deported.
Yeah, so don't do anything illegal.
Yeah.
And remember that some things that are not a big deal back home are a big deal here. So, you know, don't be trying to
do drugs.
Yeah.
Make porn.
Make porn. Watch porn.
Porn is illegal here, guys, in case you didn't know.
Yeah. What else?
Any drugs. And actually, we were talking about this earlier, but if you like go somewhere and do drugs and for some reason there's like a drug test coming up, like here's a good example. So if you, because every year we have to do an annual if you want to get your contract renewed. If you did drugs in another country, because they do a drug test here at the health check.
Even if it's legal where you did it.
Yeah. So like even if you went to Amsterdam and you smoked a ton of weed and you come back here, the drug test is positive, that is illegal. Mm-hmm. So that is like an instance where like your contract wouldn't be renewed or like you might be fired. So just like be aware of that. Like that obviously stays in your system. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or like if you are out at night and you're drunk and you get into a fight or something like that, then something where if someone tried to like press charges or, you know, anything like that would probably,
So don't get into fights.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I have heard about is people like using their sick days as vacation days. That is very like clearly against our contract. So if the Department of Education finds out that you did that, even if your school says it's okay, if the DMOE finds out, like that's a reason to be sacked. Mm-hmm. So use your vacation days as your vacation days. Do not try to extend your vacation with sick days. I would just be like really wary of that. Mm-hmm. I know people who've done it and it's like they got away with it okay, but like, you know, I don't know if it's like worth you like risking your job to like get an extra day or two of vacation.
When we sign with EPIK, we have like a really big contract.
It's like pages.
It's huge. And you have to sign every page. Mm-hmm. So if you do anything that breaks that contract,
like using your sick days, for example, as vacation days.
But yeah, anything, if you break any agreement within the contract that you sign to, you're like voiding the contract. Yeah, basically. So then they could fire you for that.
Yeah, so just make sure you're like read the
like
contract.
You know what's actually in it.
Yeah, before. I mean, honestly, like at that point you're gonna sign it, but like,
like you're already here.
Just don't break anything in the contract. Yeah. So those are just like the instances that we can really think of where like people have been fired. Other than that, it's like very, very difficult, if not almost like nearly impossible to get fired from an EPIK job. In any case, you'd be like reprimanded by your school or just like talked to, but like things
or just like not renewed.
Yeah, or just not renewed.
You would only be able to stay 1 year.
Mm-hmm. And in which case you would then have to or find like a hagwon job. But things that are just more like frowned upon rather than you being fired is things like being a bad teacher. I mean, I'm sure there are people who are like really shitty teachers, like even though like they're vetted, but it just, you know, people slip through the cracks everywhere. Those I've heard of like really terrible teachers who've gotten even like renewed. Yeah,
renewed. Yeah.
So it's not something that will make you fired. It's just not
Sadly.
Like, yeah. I mean, it's not great.
Also like being late. So it does say in the contract that for like every day that you're late to school, it like adds up. If you have so many days, then they'll take away a vacation day. But
or like your pay will be just like deducted. So if you're late constantly or you like miss days without giving them like valid reasons, like you were hit by a car and you're in the hospital, like that's a valid reason. If you just like woke up late and you were like accidentally woke up at noon, like that's not a valid reason. It probably won't get you fired. It won't be good. But it won't get you fired if that's the question in mind. Yeah, so missing days is probably like a big thing here as well. We have sick days that you can use if you're like really, really ill. But if you're, if you're sick more than 3 days, on your third day, you have to get a doctor's note. So if it's just like a 1 day, like 24-hour flu, and the next day you're totally fine, I would at least go to school first. Because, I don't know, it's kind of weird. You have to go to school first and prove in person that you're actually ill, and then they'll send you home. Versus, like, if you just tell them you're sick, they're going to be like, are you really sick? We don't know. Because you weren't here in person to prove it. Other than that, guys, your job is safe.
Yeah. Just, try to do your best. Don't come here thinking, oh, I can't get fired.
Yeah. I mean, like, you could probably, there's, like, ways you can still get fired, but, like, you got to be, like, really messing up, like, hardcore. And it's not even like if your co-teacher doesn't like you, you probably won't you're not going to get fired because of that. Like even if you guys like butt heads and don't get along, you just probably won't be renewed. But that's like a different conversation, obviously.
So basically your 1 year is like safe. It's just after that is a little iffy.
But we hope we answered your question. Yeah, again, we saw it like a lot. So we were thinking maybe we have to address this because people are very concerned.
They're worried about it, which I get like back home.
Yeah, back home.
Like even here, like any other job, you can be fired like that unless you're like a tenured teacher or something back home. But yeah, with EPIK, it's pretty difficult.
If not nearly impossible. Yeah. But again, just don't break the law. Yeah. Like in any country, like just don't do anything so ridiculous that you're getting arrested.
And you should be fine.
You're good to go. So yeah, guys, moving forward, give me some of that. Speaking of schools, so when you're at school, you'll most likely have to go to some huishicks, and those are like teacher dinners and like gatherings after school. And sometimes they end at noraebangs, which are karaoke rooms, in case you don't know. And they're a really, really big thing here in Korea. Everyone loves a good noraebang session. And so would you rather show off with
a ballad song, which Koreans love.
Koreans love ballads.
Or like a dance song.
Get it poppin'. Brings different moods. I personally, I think I like to bring up the vibe. I'd go like dance song. But if you're trying to show off your Korean, a ballad song would be better. Yeah. What would you rather?
I think ballads take more like technical skills. A dance song, you can just have fun.
Yeah. You're also, Payton's really good at rapping, in case you didn't know.
That's all I can do.
She like knows all the words. It's like, actually, like, sometimes I'm a little shook.
But I can't sing, so.
That's where I come in. Swoop in with the vocals. Alright, guys, don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Mine's not waving. Just like TT. Okay. We're done with these now.